Hello and welcome everybody. I hope you're all doing very well. This is Younes bringing you part 2 of the Elite Waves series. Today I will be going over corrections, zigzag, flats, triangles, double tree and triple tree. Again, I will try and keep it as straightforward and easy to understand as possible. Firstly, the classic definition of corrective waves is waves that move against a trend of one greater degree. Corrective waves have a lot more variety and are less clearly identifiable compared to impulse waves. Sometimes it can be rather difficult to identify corrective patterns until they are completed. First off, we have the zigzag. Zigzag is a corrective three waves structure labeled as ABC. Subdivision of wave A and C is 5 waves, either impulse or diagonal. Wave B can be any corrective structure. Zigzag is a 5-3-5 structure. Fibonacci ratio, wave B usually ends between the 0.5 and 0.786 of wave A. Wave C, usually between 0.618, 1 or 1.236 of wave A. Here's an example. Next up we have the regular flat. Regular flat is a corrective three waves move labeled as ABC. Subdivision of wave A and B is in 3 waves, a zigzag, flat, double tree, or triple tree. Then the subdivisions of wave C is in 5 waves, impulse or a diagonal. Wave B terminates near the start of wave A. Wave C generally terminates slightly beyond the end of wave A. For the Fibonacci ratios, wave B usually ends between 0.5 or 0.90 of wave A. And for wave C is 0.618, 1 or 1.236 of wave AB. Here's an example. Next up, the expanded flat. The guidelines, the first 3 guidelines are the same as the regular flats. So the other guidelines are wave B terminates beyond the starting level of wave A, and wave C ends substantially beyond the ending level of wave A. For Fibonacci ratios, wave B usually ends at 1.236 of wave A, and wave C usually ends between the 1.236 and the 1.618 of wave AB. Another example. Next, the running flats. Once again, the guidelines for the first 3 are the same as the other flats, but the wave B terminates substantially beyond the starting level of wave A as an expanded flat, and wave C fails to travel the full distance, falling short of the level where wave A ended. For Fibonacci ratios, we have wave B usually ends near the 1.236 of wave A, and wave C going to be ending at 0.618 or 1 of wave A and B. Next up, we have triangles. So a triangle is a side wave movement that is associated with decreasing volume and volatility. There are 4 types of triangles, either ascending, descending, contracting, and expanding. For guidelines, we have a corrective structure labeled as A, B, C, D, E. They usually happen in wave B or in wave 4. And the subdivision is going to be 3s, so it's going to be 3, 3, 3, 3. Here's an example. This is an example of a contracting or a symmetrical triangle in a bearish trend. Next up, we have the double tree. Double tree is a sideways combination of 2 corrective patterns. We have already looked at several corrective patterns now, including the zigzag, the flat, and the triangle. Now, when 2 of these corrective patterns are combined together, we get a double tree. So a combination of 2 corrective structures labeled as WXY. Wave W and wave Y subdivisions can be zigzag, flat, double tree of smaller degree, or triple tree of smaller degree. And wave X can be any corrective structure. WXY is a 7 swing structure. Now for the Fibonacci ratios, we are looking for wave X to end between the 0.5 and the 0.90 of wave W, wave Y to end near 0.618, 1 or 1.236 of wave W, and wave Y cannot pass 1.618 of wave W. Another example. Now the triple tree. Once again, a combination of three corrective structures labeled as W, X, Y, X, Z. Wave W and Y and wave Z can subdivision can be zigzag, flat, double tree of a small degree, or triple tree of small degree. And wave X can be any corrective structure. W, X, Y, X, Z is an 11 swing structure. For Fibonacci ratios, we have X wave again 0.5 and 0.90 of W. Wave Z gonna be ending near 0.618, 1 or 1.236 of wave W. Wave Y cannot pass 1.618 of W. Here's an example. So that's pretty much it. For the last tips, I do want to mention is the alternation between wave 2 and wave 4. What that means is when, for example, you have a very deep wave 2, then you look for alternation between the waves. So you would be looking for a shallow wave 4. And vice versa. When you get a very shallow sideways corrective wave 2, then you can be looking, for example, for a zigzag, a sharp movement towards the 0.5 in wave 4. And then for correlation, corrective structure must visually make sense. What I mean with that is, in terms of time, you want to see that there is going to be some correlation between subdivisions inside of a corrective structure. For example, if we go back to the triple tree example, you will see that W, X, Y, X, Z, there's only a little bit of a difference in terms of time when you look at wave Y. This one is a little bit longer than the other ones, but the structure still makes sense. You don't want, for example, W to take 3 days, then X wave to take 10 days, and then the Y wave to take 2 days again. They have to make somewhat of sense. That's what I mean with correlation. I hope that was clear. And then once again, of course, practice and more practice. I would love to see some more Elliott wave counts in the Discord. And yeah, that's it. How you get those counts is to practice. And I cannot repeat it enough. So that's pretty much it. The upcoming lesson videos, we have low time frame volume with H. Paul. Next up, we have speed of waves with Michael when sailing, and then daily routine with Juki. Exciting. And then I have the last chart for you guys. Of course, if you guys have any other questions, please let me know into the question forum. I'll be happy to answer all the questions.